So what's next for the Bloodline? What's next for The Rock, Roman Reigns? It's over. WrestleMania 40 is behind us, and we gotta be moving forward in the new era, the Triple H era, the Paul Levesque era. There's a lot of moving pieces right now. WrestleMania 40 had such a finality to it by having Cody Rhodes being hoisted up by the WWE superstars at the end of the night of night 2 of WrestleMania. It was really, really awesome. It felt like it closed an entire chapter, and it was different. It felt like big cinema closing the book on this whole story, and they're gonna move on to the next one, the next chapter even in this whole saga. Feels like the Bloodline saga as we know it is over, and they're gonna move on to new things. But my big point of curiosity is, what do we do with The Rock? What will happen? What will happen with Roman? When will they return? And are they gonna come after Cody Rhodes? Comment below, what do you think is gonna happen with this entire next version of the story. Let's speculate a little bit of what they could do. The Rock came out on Monday Night Raw. He went face to face with Cody Rhodes. It was slightly cringe, but in a very, very effective, fun way. Like, the audience, I don't think, knew how to take it, where The Rock was in the ring with Cody saying, "Can I hold your belt? Can I touch it?" It was a little weird and creepy, but in a really good supervillain way. And I liked Rock's approach with this. It was this calm, almost defeated, but just this calming aura he had around him. Still holding up The Rock's belt, the People's Championship, and whatever he slipped into Cody's hand has me very curious. This isn't the end. The Rock, yes, is going away, as he said to Cody Rhodes, but this isn't the end to their story. The Rock said before that he is long gaming this whole thing. He's a long gamer. This could be Mania 41. This could be Mania 42. I got a lot of question marks here. One of the things is, number one, what did The Rock put in Cody's hand? Something that got him shook. And the way he said things like, "The Rock, if you smell what the final boss is cooking," I had a couple of question marks. Is it a lighter? And I say a lighter because in the press conferences and interviews leading up to WrestleMania weekend, or over the course of WrestleMania weekend itself, Cody Rhodes did in fact say that there was a fire on his bus. Now, that could be totally 100% legitimate, and they had to get everybody off, and yay, everyone is safe. I'm glad it's fine. That would be stressful. But I had to wonder, could The Rock have been holding a lighter in his hand, handing it to Cody Rhodes? And Cody knew exactly, and if the final boss says, "If you smell what the final boss is cooking," and he said, "You know exactly what this is." Could have been that. The other guess I have is that it's the watch. That Triple H, Nick Khan, Bruce Pritchard, they gifted Cody Rhodes a Rolex very much like the one that Dusty Rhodes had pawned off to pay for Cody's wrestling school, I believe. That's what originally happened. So they gifted him a replica, like another version of that watch. It was a replica of that exact watch that his dad gave him. So I don't think he took the watch off of Cody and handed it back to him. I wonder if they're going to play into the story of Rock having the original watch of his dad's and handing it to Cody, because he says, "You know exactly what this is." Not that it's going to be what's in the box kind of thing and what it all matters, but it's going to be that Easter egg. It's a question mark they left on Raw to leave us all wondering, what could they do next? And so I really like this approach to it, this way of storytelling. It's bigger. It's leaving you hanging with one little question mark. And then also the really cool moment of The Rock putting the title over his shoulder, Cody's new belt, and saying how he likes this. It's all planting seeds. It makes people think about what's in the hand, what was in Rock's pocket, what did he give Cody, and also The Rock putting the championship over his shoulder really leaves fans, I think, thinking, okay, The Rock wants to go after the belt. So where do we go? What happens? Do we go to SummerSlam? Because I don't think we see Roman or Rock until at least SummerSlam. I think it's going to be a while, and I think it should be, because I think you need time to really establish Cody as the main event, the guy, the focal point of the show. You have the draft coming up, so there's going to be big changes, big feuds are going to come out of all of this. Different superstars are going to be able to challenge, and they're going to be able to do different story arcs week to week on TV. And I think what Cody could be involved in is more of the weekly stories. He will be dealing with, Gunther, or maybe a Braun Breaker, or Randy Orton as the main theme, the main story leading up to the PLEs. But the bigger overarching story is going to be Bloodline, Rock, Roman, all of that coming into play over the course of the next year, maybe even 2 years. So with The Rock, there's a possibility in my head that The Rock shows up and ends up challenging Cody at SummerSlam for his title. Now, what about Roman Reigns? You could do that. You could put the belt on The Rock, and then The Rock is taking that to Mania to fight Roman. They could do it that clean, and Roman comes in as a pure babyface. And regardless of kind of the twists and turns we may get, I think Roman is ultimately going to be the big baby face at the end. He'll be super part-time. He's not going to come back on a full-time schedule. We'll get him only a couple of times a year, but I think it is ultimately going to be that showdown of Rock versus Roman, and it's about the story getting there. And it'll be kind of like Roman's redemption and coming full circle around, realizing that Rock is really bad and he's not good for any of this, and he took the spot as final boss and tribal chief and everything. And Cody probably will just keep going on fighting for the belt. And I personally don't want to see Cody taking a 3-year run with the belt. I want to see the belt moved around a little bit more. I don't need it hot-shotted every month, every 6 weeks. Cody's going to have it for a while, but I do hope that it's not going to be another record-breaking title year. I think you do need to switch the titles up on both sides. The world title and Cody's title need to switch up a little more frequently to keep things interesting. And also, Cody is really great as chasing, and we got the big moment, he has the belt, but now he needs new challenges. And that's the big fun part and difficult part for WWE, is keeping things interesting as Cody goes through new challenges. So I mentioned SummerSlam. If The Rock does show up at SummerSlam, he could fight Cody Rhodes for the belt. He could win and go to WrestleMania and fight Roman Reigns and go one-on-one that way. Or you could have, and I don't know at that point what you would, that's a deeper booking of what you do with Cody. Going for the title, rematch, triple threat, I don't know. But if we're just talking about Rock and Roman, this could be a 1-year thing or a 2-year thing. Well, technically it'd be 3 years because we have Mania 40, then 41. This could all kind of culminate by WrestleMania 42. So we could end up with SummerSlam, like I said, Rock wins the belt and goes to Mania to fight Roman, but I feel like that's almost too short, too quick. So what they could end up doing is building the story for a year, and you have Cody versus Rock at WrestleMania 41. Where is Roman? Maybe Roman isn't at Mania 41. Or Roman's doing something different. Or he's taking on other members of the Bloodline. I don't know. Or he's a special guest referee. You never know. But they could do Cody versus Rock to finally get the payoff for that story at Mania 41, and you have The Rock win. And if you have The Rock win at 41, then he's got the belt, presumably, and then he could go off and have this 1-year story with Roman Reigns. And Cody could be fighting for the world title because now we got another year of the world title and it's built up its value a ton, or Cody could still be in the mix. There's a lot of different things they could do, and that's a long road and long way away. The other thing they could do by Mania 41, I can't believe we're already talking about it because it just literally 40 just happened, but hey, that's what we got to do here. So 41, they could end up with Rock and Cody going for the belt. Roman could get involved and take out The Rock, and that then has Cody retain the title, and then you've hit the spark for Rock and Roman going into 42. And I think that that's very possible. That's long booking, long gaming it, and you're dealing with a different WWE as well with all of this, because one of the big factors coming up in January is the fact that WWE Raw and then the PLEs later are gonna be on Netflix. That Netflix deal is no small thing. That's massive. And I think what you want to do, and where WWE could be very creative and different, is by leveraging Netflix in terms of mini docu-series, episodic stuff, outside of just Raw and the PLEs. They could advance storylines through Netflix because they'll have all that access in that platform. And that's where you could see more stories playing out in miniseries of Rock, Roman, Cody, whatever it is beyond just the regular Raw that we're so used to. And also because Netflix is happening in January, that's going to lead through Mania 41. You're going to want The Rock front and center in that deal too. The Rock, Cody, Roman, they're all poster people for WWE and for Netflix and to get subscribers up. I think all of that is also going to play into all of this and how WWE moves these storylines going forward. I think one way or another, it's SummerSlam, Mania 41. At some point, I think The Rock is gonna get like 2 more matches out of us, and he's gonna hold the Undisputed Championship. He's the final boss, and they're teasing it now. So I think that they will pay those things off, because they're showing us this past year that they do long-term stuff and they are paying these things off for us. The other question mark is Roman Reigns. Where do we go with Roman? I personally want Roman to take more time off, because we've had this 3-4 year arc of the bloodline, the tribal chief, all of this dominance. Don't need him in the title picture. I don't need him in there. I want Roman to go away for a while, because then people can miss him, kind of like Seth Rollins as well. But for Roman, don't need to see him at Money in the Bank. Don't need to see him for any of the upcoming PLEs. If you want to start planting seeds for this Rock-Roman feud, I think by SummerSlam, you need Roman Reigns involved. If it's going to be kind of like Rock and Cody as the match, then you need Roman there, but starting to question things with The Rock, how his alliance is, questioning if this is the right decision. But you're gonna want Roman back on TV at some point. It's just a question mark of what? Does he simply just get a title match and get a rematch with Cody Rhodes? There's the other one, and that's kind of the third situation here. What if SummerSlam, and I say SummerSlam because it's just far enough that they can build to it, but it's coming up pretty quick. It's April, we have the draft, and then you're 3 months away. And I think for 3 months away, you could have Cody versus Roman in their third and final match. Roman's chance to get his rematch, they do it that way. You could have The Rock as special guest referee in that whole thing. And if Cody wins again and beats Roman, it could be as a result of The Rock getting involved and costing Roman the title. And if Rock turns on Roman, you've now baby-faced Roman Reigns. Cody is protected, The Rock is the big evil dominant heel, and then that sets up Rock and Roman to go to WrestleMania. There's a lot of options and there's a lot of opportunity here, and the biggest thing is that it is fun and it's gonna be a fun ride, as The Rock likes to say. So I'm curious what they're gonna do. The draft is gonna help, I think, shed some light on some of the direction they're gonna go on TV, but those big moments of SummerSlam and WrestleMania 41 and 42 are gonna play a big role. See where we're gonna go. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoy unfiltered videos like this, click right here because we got more WWE content coming at you. Have a great day. See ya.